In a country at the top of the world, or the bottom according to point of view, there's a village that's built around a harbour. So, instead of getting there by buses, cars, trains and bikes, some people that live there had to travel in boats, which are called ferries. This is the story about the smallest of all the fairies, whose name was Fred. The fairies and Sub woke up the next day to the first day of exploring Tasman Shotor with helping people about. Fred and Kate were awake, and so was Clammy with Filk. He woke up rather slow. "Morning, Filk," said Fred. "Did you have a good sleep?" "No, I didn't," said Filk. "I've been listening to the radio last night." He told them about a news story of when he wasn't at high school and the police were called to find him. The first day at college was all right till he saw them about to swarm in to take him away. All he did was lurk into an art room so as to disguise himself as a cleaner and sneak on Massey to get to Snug. "So that's how my short visit to high school caused a chase to come after me," said Filk. "I'm not actually a trained boatsman. I'm a knacker boy that never went to high school, only in an orphanage that has a school. It told me to go to it, and my troubles began as I made Clammy," he went on. Fred and Kate looked at each other, realizing all this time Filk was an orphan. "Now then, mate, we'll take you about Tasmania before taking your ferry and you to New Zealand," said Fred. "I reckon you're not ready for it." They floated out to tour the state. There was a bunch of other friends Fred made as they left Snug. The friends were trains, like Thomas, a well-known tank engine, and a South Korean bus called Tayo, along with Postman Pat. "My, you've got a lot," said Kate. "Quite a jackpot," said Clammy. The ferries then visited a new bay, which nobody knew, called Sloping Main, part of Saltwater River. "This is our first visit to Sloping Main," said Fred. "I didn't visit it last time I was here." "It's so extraordinary," said Kate. "I wonder if we could fit in." "That's where I took Tayo to get home to," said Filk. "I lived here for years." What lies over the back, meters away from the beach? Asked Clammy. That? Oh, that sloping mainward, said Fred. There's a river to it. I've never been in the wood before, said Clammy, and neither has Kate. And me, said Fred. What about our stalkers? Said Kate. Fred looked at her road, seeing if the police had come. They haven't looked her yet, said Fred. We'll keep where Folk lives a secret, so our day out will go fine. They floated into the woody river, where at the end was Folk's house with a pod. They didn't mind resting, so had time to enjoy the woodland. What are you looking at? Asked Fred. I'm looking, said Clammy, at a streak of bubbles. They seem to be coming from the edge of the wood. Bubbles? Oh, said Fred. He forgot there was another sub he befriended. It was Grampus. The grey sub submerged from under the water, surprised to see Fred's sister and their new friend. Hello, Fred, said Grampus. I wasn't expecting you in this river. Jean will get a surprise when we tell her we met you, said Fred. Meet Kate and Clammy. We're showing him round the state. Did anyone see you coming in here? Asked Clammy. We're keeping out of trouble. I came to the edge of the wood when I noticed his car coming, so ducked to keep out of sight, said Grampus. Marked police it was. Oh, bummer, said Kate. They'll be outside the wood. It's time for the disguise again, said Folk. But we'll have to wait with taking off Clammy's letters. They won't know who he is, as he's not known yet. Good thinking, said Fred. You've done it illegally, but we'll pull a stick on them for your sake. Quick! Let's get the houseboat down after taking his letters off, said Kate. So they did. Soon, Clammy was nameless, and they pulled the house down. Once it was gone, the four of them emerged to the forest edge. Clammy was at first. Ah, said an officer who saw him. You must be the black ferry built in Tuna Bay. And where's your name? It might have slipped off, sir, said Clammy, and I wasn't having any records made. While he talked, Fred and Kate, given the signal, snuck out of the wood. Grandpa snuck home. When he finished his talk with the officer, and after waiting to be alone, he went to find the others. It was time to head to New Zealand. That was close, said Kate. What did he tell you? He wanted me to have records made, said Clammy. I might need a rebuild when we get to New Zealand to claim properly. We hope he can visit you still, said Philk. I won't be knackers this time. Actually, the other high school best not ask who made Clammy, said Fred. Philk made Clammy, but he had to be made by someone else. When they arrived in New Zealand, they dropped them off at Auckland. Take care, said Fred, and don't let the orphanage know about your movement. I won't, said Philk. This other school doesn't know I'm an orphan. Thanks for everything, said Clammy. I won't see him again. Fred and Kate headed back to Tasmania. On the way home, they passed through Tuna Bay. A man asked from the high school, Has Philk been found yet? Fred and Kate only said he was sick. They knew he wanted to know where Philk is, and would not tell him about his living in New Zealand. They had a good laugh. Anyone will think he's seeing things, Fred chuckled. That's what he'll have, said Kate.